subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for all updates. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sneha Banerjee. Now, as you have already read the caption, today I'm going to talk about what to do when you feel that life is meaningless or you're not being able to understand that what is the meaning of everything, what is the point of life. So I'll start this video by asking you that why are you asking this question to yourself? Is there any meaning to life at all or not? What is the reason that you're asking this question? So I want you to know exactly that what is going on in your life that is letting you to concentrate or focus so much on this endeavor of understanding if there is any meaning to life. Now, firstly, I want you to understand that life primarily as a concept is a positive concept. Now, just imagine that so many scientists all over the world are working so hard to find or search life anywhere in this universe, and that is something that actually explains us that what kind of a positive concept life in itself is, that we are working so hard to find it anywhere else. Now just imagine that when you see a plant growing or a flower blossoming, it is life that is blossoming, okay? It is life that is coming into existence. Then that is obviously a positive thing. We never see a flower and say that what's the point of having flowers. We never say that because we know that it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful concept. So what is it? What is the reason behind this question if there is any meaning to life or not? What is this thing that is allowing us to ask such a question about such a positive concept? Now, there are usually some side effects to living or life in general. And what are these side effects? I usually like calling loneliness, the constant craving of attention, emptiness, and all other negative emotions as the side effects of living or life. Now, as I said before, that life is primarily a positive concept. Now, when you come into existence, it is a positive thing in itself. But when you start to grow up, you start to understand all these other things, such as the feeling of loneliness, when you feel that you are alone in this world, when you feel that you don't have many people to give you attention, or when you feel that you are not successful enough, or if you are not achieving enough. All these things are these side effects of living. The point is that it's completely okay that you are asking these questions to yourself. It's okay that you are questioning the meaning of life today. That's completely okay, but this should not define you. Just like if you're feeling lonely right now, that doesn't mean that you are necessarily alone. The side effects of life, that is this loneliness, craving for attention, emptiness, all these things should not define life. When a flower blossoms, it adds value to our surrounding. It makes us feel good. It just makes everything look so much more beautiful. And just imagine if flowers started wondering that what's the point of blossoming. Now, when we take birth and we come into existence, we do not come with a to-do list or with a list of objectives that we have to achieve. But as and when we grow up, we start adding to the list that these are the things that I want to achieve. And when we are not able to achieve those things, we start questioning the meaning of life. Now, I want you to ask yourself another question. Is it really important for everything to make sense? Is it really important for everything to be extremely meaningful? Is it really necessary that there has to be a meaning attached to everything? To be very honest, most of the beautiful things and experiences do not have meaning, or they do not even make sense to some extent. For example, a person who is passionate about skydiving or bungee jumping. Does it really make sense to jump from the sky and then land on earth? Does it really make sense? Is there any particular meaning attached to it? Not really. But these are some activities that make those people feel so alive that they want to risk their life, that their life falls short of what they are feeling, that they feel so alive in that moment that they want to go and do it again. So can we really say that the things that make us feel more alive are the things that bring meaning to our life? What if you lose something that allowed you to feel more alive? For example, take a painter. What happens if he loses his hands? What is he going to do then? Will his life become completely pointless or meaningless? Not really. And that's where the concept of willpower comes. Now, there is this book, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, where he speaks about this thing called willpower and how willpower allows us to bring meaning to our life. There's no point in sitting in a corner and keep cribbing about how pointless life is and how stupid existence in general is. The question is, what are you creating? How are you adding value to the lives of the people who are surrounding you? What are the things that you're talking about? What are the things that you are indulging in? What are the things that make you feel more alive? Now, for the longest of time, people felt that being successful is absolutely directly proportional to the amount of money that you're making. But today, the things are changing, the dynamics are changing. People are finally considering this fact that earning a lot of money is not really an example of being successful. Today, people are talking about the quality of life that people are living. There was a time when IQ played a very important role in people's life, but today IQ is something that people don't really necessarily talk about. People talk more about emotional capital, people talk more about your EQ, and that makes us realize that how important it is to have willpower, how important it is to be mentally sane and mentally fit. And your endeavor of making yourself mentally fit will only start when you realize that there is no inherent meaning to life. You don't have to necessarily meet a certain achievement, only then your life will be meaningful. Life in itself is a positive thing and it doesn't need any extra meaning to it. But all these side effects of life, such as loneliness and emptiness, as I said before, these things make you question, and these things actually allow you to sit down and think about all these things that is not going correct in your life. So that's when all these beautiful things come in your life. For example, art, creation, creativity, they take so much of your concentration and focus that you forget that you have to ask questions such as if there is any meaning to life or not. So this is what you do when you ask yourself if there is any meaning to your life or not. You stop asking it. You sit down and understand what is the actual reason that you are sitting here and thinking about all this. This is not really your curiosity to know if there is any meaning to life. This is basically something else. Maybe you are not happy, maybe you don't have friends, maybe you're not being able to achieve that one goal that you wanted to for the longest of time. There is some setback that is inside you that is making you question life. Okay, this is not necessarily your curiosity. You have to understand that. And that's when your willpower comes into the frame and it makes you snap out of that feeling and you indulge yourself in something that makes you feel more alive and more happy. So I really hope that this video will be helpful for you, and to be honest, all the things that I shared today are also out of my own experience. I have questioned the meaning of life for the longest of time, and eventually after reading a lot of books, watching a lot of videos, and also understanding different philosophies, these are the points that I came up with, and I really hope that this will help you or calm your chaotic mind right now. So if you like this video, then do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon since I post new videos every week, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.